Jacko, thanks for joining us. A fantastic start. You must be really pleased, with especially the way you played in that game.
Yeah, unbelievably pleased with the way the opening game's gone for us. Couldn't have asked for a better start. I think the performance levels and the attitude of everybody, as well as settling back into that cohesion of playing together after such a big break, couldn't have gone any better. But plenty more to come, and we're going to obviously grow into it the longer this camp goes on.
Jackson, your role last game, it looked like you started next to James Holland, but you had that freedom to get forward box to box. What was Arnie's instructions for you?
Yeah, very similar to the way you've just put it there. Obviously, naturally, Dutchie's probably more of the sixth, the kind of sitting midfielder, where myself likes to go kind of box to box and join in the attacks, and I had the freedom to do that when I recognised the spaces were there. So, we found a really good balance. We've never played beside each other in the middle of the park before, but we're both experienced enough now to be able to coach each other and settle into that very quickly, and I thought we had a really, really good balance, and very comfortable playing in there together.
It's been such a long time since we've seen a lot of you play for the Socceroos. Take us through the last 2 years. It's almost been 2 years since we've seen you in that Socceroos jersey. Obviously, a lot's changed for you at Clubland. Obviously, you played at Hull, had a bit of a break, but at that time, did you need the break? I know that when you played at Hull, you had almost 60 games that year. It was an extraordinary workload for you.
No, I definitely wouldn't have taken the break if it was up to me. But listen, for myself personally, looking back on the last 18 months, 2 years, and the kind of everything I've gone through from a football perspective to get back to starting for the national team and being involved, and after that kind of 10-month layoff, it made it a little bit more of an emotional experience being back in the Socceroos jersey and being back in the squad after, there was times during that 10 months where you start to, have serious doubts about, where you're at in your career and the way things are going. So to be able to build back to this level for myself personally, it's been, an unbelievably pleasing thing, and being back amongst the boys and, just settling back in straight away after, as I say, what was challenging period. And in terms of the break, I definitely didn't need the break, but I think it will be something that potentially could serve me well in the years to come. I had played kind of 5-6 years, have gone 50 game seasons almost back to back, and although I wouldn't have actively chosen to have that break, I think maybe in the long run it could be something that I benefit from.
And just adding on to Zappa's questions there, Jackson, your contract's up with Hibs. I'm sure you don't want another break. Now, I know you're there with the Socceroos, but in the background, I'm sure people are working. Have you got any information about what your next destination or move could be?
No, nothing at the moment. I'm fully focused on being in this camp and focusing on these 3 games to come. The future will kind of take care of itself. There's conversations, still happening with Hibs, and we're comfortable with where we're at the moment. I'm not in a rush to kind of make a decision, especially while I'm in here, and we've got three such important games, especially in the next kind of 10 days, 2 weeks, and I'll deal with my domestic, club future, at the end of this camp.
Before you take us on a tour, you're going to take us a little bit on an inside tour of where you're at the moment. That goal, talk us through it. Obviously, the quickest to react. You looked like you were ready to make that run. Did you have no confidence in your Hibs teammate?
If any of the Hibs boys ever see this, they'll know that I'm obsessed with rebounds. When we do shooting drills at training. When I was younger, I played at Kilmarnock with a guy called Chris Boyd, and I've said it in interviews before. And we used to do shooting drills, and if someone had a shot and it rebounded, and they didn't finish it, he would come charging out of the queue. If he was waiting to have a shot, and just go and smash it in the back of the net. He just loved scoring rebounds, loved constantly hitting the back of the net. So I'm always. Nothing makes me happier than when someone scores a goal off a rebound from following in. So I was quite pleased with myself that, even though obviously I would have loved Martin to score his penalty, but I'm buzzing that something that I'm always on other boys, attacking boys about, kind of fell to me eventually. Probably the easiest goal I'll ever score.